Hope Channel viewers are loyal, encouraging friends and neighbors to watch. Why? Our viewers believe that Hope Channel not only enhances living, but changes lives through its compelling life. And strong communities. Welcome to donor-supported Hope Channel.
Four days more in our countdown and it's going to be New Year. And with New Year, there are a lot of resolutions, a lot of things that we are looking forward to. We just celebrated Christmas and we know that the 13th month bonuses, all the cash gifts, everything, all the gaieties and the celebrations are there. But then we have what we call also the attitude of a person. We know that with the entry of the New Year, can we really begin the year right? Be happy, be optimistic, and have all the positive forces joining us, making us better persons for the year. Dynamic Living the Totally would like to invite you, dear viewers, in the next 60 minutes as we try to discuss here with our guests as they share their experiences and maybe their inputs on the attitude factor, a key to health and well-being. I'd like to welcome to the show, of course, ang atin pong Director of Family and Children's Ministries here at the South Philippine Union Conference, Mrs. Shirley Aguinaldo. She's also a registered nurse. Good evening po sa inyo, Ma'am Shi.
Good evening to the viewers. I would like to say Happy New Year. I am praying that God will bless you more as you face the challenges of the New Year 2015.
At saka kailangan ipagdasal ang kanilang health, Ma'am Shi, na wala naman sanang maputukan sa kanila at mawala ng mga daliri dahil sa mga paputok na yan. Ha? Remember na ang DOH, meron tayong alert para dyan. Ha? So, bawal magpaputok. And of course, hindi kumpleto ang ating show kung wala naman po ang ating licensed psychologist who is actually connected with brain matters. I'd like to welcome to the show a very beautiful young psychologist, Miss Lera Faye Cotianco. Good evening sa iyo, Lera.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me here. Happy New Year to everyone. Let's stay positive for 2015.
And hindi lang 2015, kundi every day of our lives.
That's right.
Yes, of course.
Alam ninyo kasi, Ma'am Shi, alam mo, Lera, alam mo, mga tao, minsan, di ba pag nag-i-interview tayo ng mga aplikante, o either sa school, o kaya naman naghahanap ng trabaho, what do we look for? The attitude. Diba? Kasama yun eh. Kasi alam naman natin na it has a lot of, it has a lot to do with how a person would react to stress or to the downtimes of everything that will happen in the place, diba? Whether it be in the home, whether it be in the workplace, or whether in the community, no? So sabihin na natin, simulan natin na, heto bang attitude na ito? How do you define that, Faye?
It's how we see things, how we view things, how we react, what's our behavior once we are given a certain situation. That's our attitude.
So kung baga, heto yung paano mo ilalagay yung sarili mo, ano ang gagawin mo if you are, faced with a certain type of, whether it be a positive or a negative stressor.
Correct.
Kasi di ba ang stressors natin, Ma'am Shi, both positive and negative
Yes,
yun eh,
yeah.
di ba? Oo.
Positive and negative. When one is promoted, that's positive stress. But when you lost a job, negative stress.
Oho. Okay naman pag nawala ng pera dahil naubos kasi Pasko eh. So wala na pang bagong taon, ha? So there are also a lot of things that can happen to a person's life, which I think lahat naman tayo dumaan yan eh. Dahil sabi nga nila, pag hindi ka dumaan ng ganon, eh parang napaka-abnormal mo naman. So kahit sa ating mga personal lives, I'm very sure, tanungin natin si Ma'am Shi kasi siya ang pinaka mas mature sa atin. Huwag natin sabihin may edad, kundi pinaka-mature Ma'am Shi, di ba? So dami ng dinaanan ninyo. These things that happen to you are both positive and negative, right?
Yes. Life is composed of ups and downs, happiness and sadness. I think this makes life complete.
Okay. So, kung baga, ito yung nagpapasaya sa buhay. Spices, so to speak.
So, it's normal to experience tragedies or the negative side of life.
So, hindi natin po pwedeng sabihin na, Lord, wag naman. Good things lang to happen
What
to me.
counts is how we react on a certain situation.
So gusto ko yung sinabi ni Ma'am Shi, Lera, na how we react to a certain situation. Ito bang ating reaction to certain situations that can happen to us? Is this something that we inherit from our families, from our parents, or is it something na talagang kailangan mong matutunan as you grow in life?
It really comes with maturity, actually. How we see things and view things, it has to do with family dynamics, how you were raised as a kid. But everything can be learned along. So for example, there's a negative situation, how you view it in a constructive way, how you react, you can correct that.
Napakaganda nung kanyang definition, Ma'am Shi.
Yeah,
Diba?
beautiful.
Parang, it's beautiful kasi parang sinabi niya na, totoo, tayong lahat, kung anong nakamulatan natin sa bahay, kung positive masyado yung actions ng ating mga magulang, ng mga kapatid natin, tayo din lalaki na gano'n, no? Pero somewhere along the line, you develop your own.
Yeah, because every experience can help us grow, no? So, along the way, as what you said, we will grow in, or as to how we develop that positive attitude in every situation.
So, sabihin na natin, let's be more personal about it. Kasi syempre, ang viewers natin, minsan nagsasabi lang yan sila na, kasi dinadaldal lang nila yan dahil hindi naman sila yun nasa sitwasyon ko. Diba? Parang, hello, how do I know na I can relate to you guys? Parang ganun yun, diba? So, let's talk about it in a more down-to-earth thing. Ikaw naman, Lera, you're very young and you're very beautiful too. Have you, in your life, the past, say, 10, 15 years in your life, have you also encountered problems wherein para bang gusto mong negative ang action mo or reaction mo towards what happened to you?
Of course, I'm human, so I've experienced a lot of downsides in life. Career, love, family, I've experienced that one. But it's how you deal with it, how you stand with the situation, and how you view it and correct something that will really develop you as a person to make you whole again. We experience a lot of hurts and we experience also a lot of pains, but these are the things that will mold us as a person and will make us strong and will give us a positive outlook that there's still hope after that.
What about frustrations? Diba? Meron din minsan tayong mga frustrations sa buhay na kumbaga meron kang sinet na goal at hindi mo na-atim yun. Kaya natin pinag-uusapan ito because we're going to set things straight and right for 2015. Diba? So puntahan kita, Ma'am Shi, you being the most mature of the three of us here. Sumusunod lang naman ako, diba? So year in, year out, I believe na you being a grandparent already, you being a mother and a wife, you having been in the work also as a director, you started also from below the ranks, rising to the top. How were you able to manage all the stressors that came your way?
The best thing is work with God, first of all. That's why in Matthew 6:33 it says, but seek me first. Or if I'm going to paraphrase it, it's just like saying, place me number one, and all your needs, even your wants, will I give to you. So that makes the difference if the Lord is with us. Next is, it's so normal to have the ups and downs, the everyday challenges that we are facing. There's different kinds of stress that we are facing, and yet it's very normal to sometimes you will laugh with good situations, you can cry in negative situations. That's very normal because others might think that even in bad situation you are still laughing.
Baka nasiraan ka na ng bait.
So you can act normally. It depends on a situation. But when we talk of attitude, the world is not ended in that negative situation. It has to go on with a positive outlook in life. So the best thing is work with the Lord, then the support of the family and friends, and really have a positive attitude.
Ito na ngayon. So, pag-usapan natin itong positive attitude na to. Kasi syempre, mas maganda yung positive ang pag-usapan kaysa negative, di ba? Para namang, ito na nga, attitude, the key factor to health and well-being. Tapos mag-uusap tayo ng negative. Ikaw naman, Lera, as a psychologist, you get to see people being referred to you, di ba?
Yes.
For counseling, maybe for evaluation.
Yes.
And so, how do you go through it? Like, for example, iba-iba kasing tao, iba-iba ang reactions nila towards a given situation. So, hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin, Ma'am Shi, na binigyan ka ng ganitong problema, same ang reaction nito at binigay sa ibang tao, di ba? So, how do we explain that?
Everyone is really unique. So although we have a common symptoms like depression or they're undergoing post-traumatic stress, but the experiences is different from every individual. So once they're referred to the clinic, we do cognitive behavior therapy. It's something like reconstruction of thoughts so that it will sink into its feelings, and then once it's there, it can change your behavior, how you react. Frustrations are external. No? You can't control them, but how you behave, what's your attitude towards a certain situation, that's something that's very corrective.
So pwedeng gawan ng paraan,
Yes.
so to speak. Kumbaga, hindi siya yung hahayaan lang natin, di ba? Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao, Ma'am Shi, is capable of, reacting the way one should react to a given situation. Kanya-kanya kasi, like what Lera says here, unique kasi bawat isang tao.
Correct.
So when you get to see them in the clinic, how do you go through it? Like, it has to be individualized, or is it something like, heto, pareho lang ang ating pag-uusapan at packaging para sa mga ganitong problema?
We really have to be scientific about it. So they have to start with assessment, and then afterwards we go through counseling. Counseling takes a lot of sessions. Like for example, with depression, it will take for about 6 to 12 months, depending on the patient or the client. So at first, you have to build rapport, that they have to learn to open up. And afterwards, you have to assess the situation, where it is coming from. And then after, you have to give them certain steps on how to view things in life, how to react things in a given event or stimulus.
So pagka ganyan, Lera, what is the probability of an attitude problem, being corrected as soon as they can be brought to you for assessment and for helping out? So, medyo matagal din ba yan?
Yes,
or is it something na overnight? Kasi minsan yung mga magulang, ganun parang iniisip nila na pwede na kaagad.
They're expecting that afterwards, when they go out after the first therapy, then they are being healed or they're being corrected already. But that's not the case. It's a process. It's psychotherapy. If it's psychotherapy, it will take 3 to 6 months. And it will take longer, like 1 year, 2 years, depending if they want to open it up, if they were going to accept it, and when they had forgiven the situation or themselves.
Pag sinabi mo, Ma'am Shi, na director kayo in one of the departments where you are working. So do you also get referrals, in your areas of expertise where you have to deal with people who have problems with the way they react to situations?
Yes, because especially I am handling families and husband and wife relationship. And parenting is one thing that is very important in family especially. Try to have 2 or 3 children. They differ in attitudes. They differ in the reactions. The same situation, but different attitudes
Reactions,
with your children. So, I think we have to, that's why Ma'am Lera said, every individual is a unique creation. So, we have to handle every person differently depending upon the needs of the individual.
So when we say the attitude towards a given situation, we already mentioned it can be positive, it can be negative. Like for example, a person is nawalan ng trabaho. Sabihin na natin, di ba? So, kunyari, let's just talk about it in general terms. Nawalan ka ng trabaho for the new year. So, you're worried. So, your reaction can either be depression.
Yes.
It can either be anger, di ba? So, or it can be something like lethargic ka, wala kang pakialam, di ba? So, pwede naman na ganun din. O kaya naman, it can become joyful, a joyful event in your life kasi mawawala ka na, then you can start moving on to something else na you would really love doing yourself, di ba? So, how do we advise our viewers or maybe give tips to our viewers on how can they control or maybe manage their anger. Kasi topmost here is anger eh. Pag unresolved yung anger mo kasi, magkakaproblema dun sa attitude mo. Pwede na maging basag-ulero ka. Pwede na makipag-away ka sa loob ng bahay kung padre di pamilya ka. Pwede na yung mga kabataan ang iyong pagbuntunan ng galit mo, di ba? O kaya naman kung sa loob ng trabaho naman in the workplace anger that is uncontrolled can also mean na basag-ulero ka, di ba? Or finding fault with others. So how do we go about that? Let's start with Lera siguro.
Well, anger is a healthy emotion. It's how you deal with it that makes it destructive. Okay, from irritability and then it goes to being angry to the situation. Well, you can be assertive. If you're angry, you can be assertive enough, but not being pushy or demanding. You just state what you want.
Teka lang, Lera, ha? I like that word that you used because I'd like to I follow through with that. Na sinabi mo, anger is something that is not really, that there's nothing wrong with being angry. Kumbaga, it's a normal reaction to a given situation.
Yes.
Kasi minsan na-misconstrue natin siya na pag nagagalit ka, masama yun. Di ba? Minsan naririnig natin yung mga kapwa natin na pag nagagalit yung kasama nila, masama yan.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, that's a normal reaction.
Yes, that's a healthy emotion.
Healthy emotion.
Because that's something that you can defend yourself. That's why you're angry. It's how you deal with it, your behavior, that makes it destructive. Okay. So, for example, you're angry with the situation and you just want to really state what you want, what your needs are, but you're not being pushy or demanding. That's being assertive and that's being positive about it. And here comes a situation that you're hurt and you want to be angry about it, but if you reconstruct your cognitive thoughts, then you view things in a different way, in a positive way. You'll say that, hey, I'm angry, but the hurt will never be erased. That's really there. So I have to learn to accept it and be positive with it, how to make solutions out of the situation that I'm into. So that's being positive despite the being angry with the situation.
So you're trying to tell us and our viewers, Lera, na when you hide your anger, in other words, you try to not to show it, denial, yes. Ma'am Shi, when you try to deny that is unhealthy.
Yes, because you tried to repress it. And sometimes a repressed anger can lead to a displacement to other things. And that will hurt other people without even knowing why you're angry at them. Where the mere fact, it was something different that you were angry about. How about if you're going to, it takes a lot of practice that you have to to tell to the other person that you're angry, but not being demanding and pushy about it.
That means it's an art.
It's an art. So, kung baga, you have to develop the art of
Yes,
being able to tell the other person, whether in the home or outside, di ba, na you're angry about a certain thing. Yes, Ma'am Shi, paano kaya yun? Sabi mo, it's an art eh. So, since kayo yung pinaka-wise yata sa aming tatlo dito, how do we go about it, di ba?
Maybe when you are angry, at first, you have to ask God to help you. Because in the midst of your anger, maybe you cannot control bursting yourself.
Yes.
But maybe stop for a while. Use your head, because God places your head above
Your mouth.
your mouth
And your hands.
and your hands. So, Lord, help me. I am practicing to develop this skill of the art of
Anger management.
anger management. So, that's why she said, it takes time to learn. You have to practice it.
Pero it's a healthy emotion eh.
Yes.
Di ba? So dapat maintindihan ng mga viewers natin, it's a healthy emotion. It's learning how to be able to do it in such a manner na hindi nga masaktan yung ibang tao. In the same way that when we talk about stress, what about stress, di ba? That's also something na we need to talk about kasi that will also affect one's attitude. Yes.
So there's a positive stress. Actually, sometimes a positive stress will give you a motivation, will give you to double your effort.
Yes.
So that's a positive stress. It's really how you deal with things, how you see things, your reactions, how you perceive a certain situation.
Like for example, nasunugan ka ng bahay. So, di ba? That's a negative thing that happened to you eh. Pero kung magmumukmuk ka na lang at hindi ka kukuha ng pako at saka yung martilyo para gumawa ng bagong bahay, that's negative, di
Yes,
ba?
negative.
Pero pagka nagsimula kang magtrabaho ulit para itayo mo yung nasira mo, that's positive. So, Ma'am Shi, paano natin ibabalanse lahat ito ngayon?
When you have a negative stressor, negative stressor, but when you have a positive thinking, the result is positive reaction. Positive reaction.
So, in other words, you're trying to tell us, Ma'am Shi, na it all starts in the mind?
Oh, it helps a lot when you have a positive thinking. It will really produce a positive reaction. So, for example, you lost this house, like the issue you in your previous episode. But when you have a positive thinking that if God allows this to happen, there might be some opening somewhere. He might be giving a better one for us. It might not be easy, but it may take time. But sometimes we cannot understand the plan of God. And when you have a God whom you really trust, that will really help a lot in a positive attitude.
Pero, which is easier to have in your observations? A positive attitude towards misfortunes or a negative reaction towards it? I mean, in general.
I mean, at first, you really have to react negatively.
laugh
We cannot
about the
immediately
misfortunes.
be plastic about it that I'm
that's
happy that my house is burned. So you
you're
have to
abnormal.
accept that you accept the feeling that you're disappointed, you're hurt, you're in pain. And once there's acceptance, then you will have solutions on the problems that's really in front of you.
Siguro maganda yung sinabi niya, Ma'am Shi, eh. Acceptance first.
Yeah, that's very
Kasi
important.
unless na in-accept mo yun, it's just like, you're sick. And yet you don't accept that you're sick, you'll never go seek help. Eh.
Yes.
That's
Di ba?
very true.
Uh-huh.
When you start accepting a situation, that's the beginning. That's the beginning of the reconstruction. So acceptance is very much needed.
Pero have you encountered in your life, wherein ang taong kausap mo ay talagang morbidly negative talaga siya. Kahit anong gawin mo ay para bang talagang malungkot ang mundo sa kanyang palibot.
It really takes time. It's really a process. So, I mean, healing will take months or years for some. Good thing if you are ready to bounce back. because you had forgiven yourself. But there are really persons that they need time to heal.
If we encounter such kind of a person, it really needs patience. If you really want to help that person, be patient and let him feel that you are sincere and genuine in helping him or her.
So, hindi yung iiwanan mo na lang.
Oh.
So, please stay tuned, and when we return, we'll continue on with our discussion here, the attitude factor, key to health and well-being. At ating pag-uusapan pagbalik natin, yung about forgiveness. Kasi
Okay.
nabanggit mo yun
Yes.
di ba? Please stay tuned.
We are people, and we love to get connected. We connect as families because of birth. We connect as friends because we click. And we connect as communities because we care. Seventh-day Adventists are people who connect in communities called congregations, which in turn connect to form conferences, who connect together to form unions, divisions, and the General Conference. Why do we connect? It starts with a connection to the Creator, who invites us on a spiritual journey. When we journey together, we can help each other along the way. This journey is a journey of a lifetime, and as we learn and grow, life becomes filled with meaning and purpose. Our greatest joy is in helping others along the way. Wherever you are on your journey, we believe that we have something to offer that can make your life more whole. So the next time you see a Seventh-day Adventist, remember, you're not looking at someone who stands alone. They are connected to a world church that has 18 million members, gathered in 13 divisions, comprised of 122 unions, formed by 600 conferences, serving in 140,000 congregations in 208 countries, who worship in 924 languages, and they all want to connect with you.
You now have before you 7,107 islands to enjoy, with 7,107 possibilities and more. We have just landed on the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Maligayang pagdating sa Pilipinas.
Once considered as the tiger economy of Asia, the Philippines continues its slow yet steady climb to becoming an international business hub. Having been Christianized by her colonizers in the early 1500s, the Philippines now stands alone as the last bulwark of Christianity in this part of the world. Yet, she is not exempt from moral and social issues that beset nations big and small in this postmodern era. Yes, she needs Jesus now more than ever. Her 144 cities, with an average of 500,000 residents each, certainly need hope. An answered prayer, Hope Channel now covers the entire nation. Hope Channel media centers now stand in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao to bear testimony of Jesus' love. And in just a few years, many have rediscovered the beauty of life with hope.
Na-revive ko, pinagi sa pagtanaw na ko sa Hope Channel Philippines.
Malaki po ang magagawa ng Hope Channel para po sa pagtatapos ng gawain.
The good news that Hope Channel has brought to the archipelago has inspired a Filipino to see beauty and brought joy back in spite of it all. Sapphire seas and pristine coastlines, lush vegetation, gorgeous landscapes. With warm, fun-loving, and industrious people, the Philippines is paradise. Here is a fertile land for business, education, manpower, many other resources, and sharing the good news. Because the Pearl of the Orient Seas now has the Pearl of Great Price. The Philippines plus Hope Channel equals unlimited possibilities of sharing love, changing lives. As the seed sown produces a harvest, and this in turn is sown, the harvest is multiplied. In our relation to others, this law holds true. Every act, every word is a seed that will bear fruit. Every deed of thoughtful kindness, of obedience, or of self-denial will reproduce itself in others, and through them, instill others. This is the principle in action with the Integrated Evangelism Lifestyle Program.
Mas maigid siguro nga baka join sa care group. Parehan ako, gaan ang akong kanang huna-huna, gaan ang akong mga problema nga mabot sa ko pag maka-join kani-ani, maampuan manggudta sa care group.
Ipa-feel nimo nga part jud bitaw ang amo ang family sa simbahan sa CdeO.
Daghang kaayuhan, daghang answer sa prayer, daghang mga milagro, mga healing. Makita nila ang unsa day kalab ni Jesus ang katawhan sa Dios. Nadasig ko pag-ayo to attend or join good sa care group family.
So, i-encourage na po, kitang tanan ng mga members sa atong church. Mubuhat ta kay di naman madugay ang panahon.
With IEL, Adventist church members go out in clusters called care groups.
Every Seventh-day Adventist family to become a caring family.
These care groups are sowers in essence, going out, spreading seeds of compassion, sympathy, and love through visiting individuals and families, nurturing relationships, enriching lives. The Lord says, "Blessed are ye that sow beside all waters." To sow beside all waters means a continual imparting of God's gifts. It means giving wherever the cause of God or the needs of humanity demand our aid.
Makapadasig kayo ni nga buhat kaning pag-care sa mga pamilya, labi na kanang lunay mga balatian. Kung amo gani silang awitan, malipay sila niyang bangay mahila.
Kana kung murag nag-backslide na katong uban pod nga dili pa mga Adventist ang bisitahan.
Nalipay ko nagamit ang talento sa pag-awit usa may Bible study, magkanta.
Grabe jud kadasig sa mga grupo. Pag unsay tabangan, pag ingon nga magka-teams meeting ta pili atong kinahanglan. Dali ra kay mag-gather ang kwarta.
Naami daghang nadala sa among pag-care sa maninoy-nay nga gawas sa amo silang awitan gitukuran amo silang balay.
Daghan kay mga challenges. Inspirasyon po sa mga kauban nga kung naluya na gani ang Pangulo niya, dasig yung mga kauban. So, unang ni last gyud hangtod ani nga time.
Ang buhat sa Ginoo dili mauntang.
Pero ang nindot lang gyud kay nakakatuon og humility. Forgiveness niya. Tamo nga dunay conflict, tamo nga mo grow ang love.
Gibati na ko nga nahimo nga part sa buluhaton sa Ginoo.
This method of sharing the message of hope in practical, modern ways hails from an age-old philosophy practiced by the revivalist himself, Jesus Christ. It is when we have touched a life and shared Christ's love and compassion that we have become the soil of the heart is prepared to receive the seeds of spiritual truth, and he who ministers seed
Mama, si makapalipay, sa aspeto sa kinabuhi ang makapalipay sa tao para sa imo?
Sa ako, of course, to have a complete family, managhiusa, and peace and peaceful mind of mind.
Love man siguro ang makapalipay sa tao. Kay di man gyud magsugod ang tanan sa love man gyud. Kay pareho sa pagkuan, pag love sa Ginoo sa tuwa, nalipay biya siya para sa tuwa. Kompleto ang pamilya. Kala lang siguro.
Makapalipay sa karon kay soon to be a mother naman gyud ko. Congratulations. So hopefully mga before unta mo gawas ang bata, maminyo sa unta mi area. So murag gyud na sa karon ang makapalipay sa ko.
Tanaw nimo makaapekto ba ang batasan sa tao sa dagan sa kinabuhi?
Oo, kay kung batasan nimo nga magsikag una nga diya ra kataman, murag ang imong kinabuhi pod mag-stay ra pod nga diya ra taman.
Yes, of course, makapekto labi na makapekto gud siya labi na kung ang imong batasan selfish ka, number one. So you should be share of what you have. I think that's it. You should be share, especially today is Christmas. So I think Christmas is sharing, loving, and forgiveness.
Oo. Para sa mo karon kay awayon mo gid kay mi. Super murag musad na siyang hold on na murag nganong dili pa siya ready magpakasal kay lain mo gid kay og batasan.
Yes ma'am, para dili gubot ang pamilya kung ilad ka og batasan. So imong pamilya dili nimo madala og tarong, so magubot then ma-broken family. So it's better nga maayo ang batasan. So salig sa Ginoo ang pagampo.
The total view with our episode, the attitude factor, key to health and well-being. So kanina, before we took the break, you mentioned something like a person's capability or capacity to forgive. Parang part siya ng healing process.
Yes. It's not something that you just forgive others because they have hurt you. It is something that you also have to forgive yourself, that you were not able to do the things that you want, or
parang you have fallen short of your expectations sa personal.
So you have to forgive yourself.
Pero forgiving yourself may be easier than forgiving somebody else who has caused the situation to happen. Diba? I mean, reality. What about you, Ma'am Shi?
Forgiveness is easier said than done. No, that's why we often heard this one, to err is human, to forgive divine. By your own selves, it's really hard.
Pero paano yung sinasabi nila na madali lang naman kitang mapakatawad pero hindi kita makakalimutan yung ginawa mo? Is there such a thing as forgiveness and yet not forgetting what happened?
it happened. So you cannot really
You cannot
have to
forget
erase it from your memory.
It's already
It's
there.
already there. It is something that what you learn from the
Experience.
situation or the experience that happened. So it's easier to forgive others if you really had forgiven yourself.
So, uunahin mo muna yung sarili mo.
That's being aware of yourself.
At saka hindi, it always takes two to make a tango, di ba? Sa mga nangyayari, meron ka ding shortcomings. Kahit na papaano, you have to accept that, di ba? Kasi for you to be able to go through the journey of healing. And otherwise, the attitude again will be affected.
Because you're not perfect. So you have to forgive yourself that you have some weaknesses.
Paano yung mga tao na sasabihin nila na kailangan gumanti ako? Is it healthy? Is it natural? Is it normal? Is it positive? Let's start with, ngumiti si Lera. Siguro si Ma'am Shi. Ano kayo tingin mo, Ma'am Shi? Kailangan ba? Paano kaya
Vengeance is not ours, but it's a natural attitude of a person na I think I have to do this so that he will also feel what I felt. No? It takes another step to really ask the help of God. It's through prayer.
Yes.
And it's not even, that's why I said, easier said than done, because it will really take time. It will really take time. So Lyra has said, maybe because it takes two to tango, try to process, where did I fail? Where did I fail? Why is it that he has done this thing to me? Because if you can forgive yourself because of some maybe light
Lapses,
failures,
lapses on your part.
Maybe you can proceed to the next step.
Yeah, pero what about a person's mood, di ba? Sometimes it's how we also project, di ba? We call it kaya yung iba may mood swings Minsan masaya, minsan malungkot, minsan na, nasa gitna lang. So how do we relate all of these things that we've been talking to with this?
I mean, you can control your attitude and your behavior. Okay, that is something that you have to practice, that we have to practice.
So controllable siya. That's a variable that one can control.
First, you have to assess the situation and then make solutions. You can control your feelings actually, but it takes a lot of practice again. This will dictate your feelings and then it will radiate through your behavior, how you react.
And maybe we can also consider the personality of a person, because there are persons like the ones we call them cholerics. They are angry at once, but they can easily forgive. There are also people who are sanguines. They love to laugh and enjoy life, and maybe in a situation, even if they're hurt, they can even laugh. So we differ in personalities. Yeah.
We have some defense mechanisms.
Others have delayed reaction in a certain situation. That there is also like the phlegmatics, but the melancholics, why? Wow. Murag Bernie Santo sige.
So hindi marunong ngumiti. Para bang napakabigat ng mundo. But remember this also, na di ba, people love to be around people who are also having a positive outlook in life. Di ba? Para bang sadness begets sadness. So people don't want to be with you when you are also projecting. Kasi alam mo the funny thing, whether we like it or not, it's clinically proven. And it's scientific also na what you are when you project that, there's an aura that you project, di ba? Kung positive person ka, you're full of energy. Parang nagra-radiate siya in you. And
it's
into the people.
contagious.
It's contagious, di ba?
And you attract.
You attract oo. Pero yung pagka medyo palagi ka lang malungkot at para bang ang dami mong problema na hindi naman natatapos yung problema mo, parang ang people will try to distance themselves. Yes,
That's why bottom line, you have to choose. What do you want? Do you want to be positive? Or do you want to be negative? That is something that's very controllable.
In other words, you're saying, Lara, na it's a choice,
yes,
actually.
Correct.
It's a choice. It's a choice. It depends upon your focus. Oh? This is a clean bond paper. If I write or draw dots there, when I ask people, what have you seen in this bond paper? Most of them will say, oh, I have seen dots or 3 big dots, not realizing that the whole bond paper is white. If our focus on a person are his mistakes, syempre, we cannot appreciate him.
O kaya yung trabaho mo,
Oo.
panay nakikita mo na lang, pabigat na lang. O kaya
Oo.
naman, mahirap yung
You're not
ginagawa.
happy with it. Oh. But if your focus is the 70% goodness of that area, you can really appreciate, smile, and thank God.
Pero again, we say na it's easier said than done for a person who went through a traumatic experience. For example, yung talagang traumatic yung experiences nila kasi yun yung perception niya. Because it's all a matter of perception, di ba? Kaya para sa iyo, maybe it's not heavy. But for the other person, it's heavy for him.
That's right.
Kasi nga, perception nga siya. So, ano nangyayari noon? Can we give excuses to these people na maybe they're like that, their attitude is like that? It's because primarily, mabigat yung kanilang dinadala. So, pagbigyan na lang natin. What do
It's
you
a
think?
matter of perspective, how they view things, actually. But you can assess the situation and then reconstruct your thoughts.
At siguro dun papasok yung help.
Help.
In other words, tulong.
Yes, oo, tulong.
Kasi hindi mo minsan, kung ikaw lang mag-isa, baka hindi mo kaya yon. Pero with somebody else, more clinical, more objective,
Will
matutulungan
guide
ka
you,
to guide
give
you,
you-
di ba?
That's it.
Kagaya lang sa inyo siguro, Ma'am Shi, in your family services, di ba? Pag may trouble yung family na to, with you there as somebody to mediate, to be able to sift through anong problema ng mag-asawa,
That's it.
that becomes more objective in its assessment.
So we cannot really judge one's attitude. Let's respect it. But if we feel that we have, or we can do something to help that person, to help him see the beauty of life by seeing the positive side of it. So you can do the help, befriend that person, win her confidence, and maybe if you are willing to listen all the inside of that person, the person can be helped and start a new outlook in life.
Sometimes when the person is really clouded, they cannot acknowledge the emotions. So it's good to ask for help for somebody to mirror the feelings so that they will know how to react. And by that, you can process the feelings of that person.
And that's already the journey towards healing.
Yes.
Di ba? Yun yung ano natin noon eh. So, pagka, kunyari, ang isang tao ay nasaktan o kaya naman meron siyang negative emotions, sinasabi natin palagi, pwede siyang tulungan eh. And would you say na yung success rate ng pagtulong na yan ay mataas din?
It depends actually on the person.
Also, again,
Oo.
choice niya pa rin
Choice
yun.
pa rin niya if na-accept niya yung situation or they are willing to correct their behavior or they are willing to change their perspective. It's still a choice of
Pero
the person.
remember ha, from the medical side, ako, I'm a medical doctor eh. So, marami din tayong nakikita mga pasyente na ang kanilang problema actually, wala naman silang sakit. And
It's
yet, ang dami nilang
psychological.
piniperceive na may sakit sila. Para masakit ang ulo nila, palagi nagmamigraine, o kaya naman ayaw kumain kasi walang ganang kumain, o kaya naman nagkakaroon ng mga allergies. You know, when you really touch to the very bottom of it, then you will realize na may problema pala yun. So, there's a problem there that needs helping eh.
Yes.
Oo.
Sometimes it's anxiety.
I have a friend who was who experienced that somebody came to her and that somebody was full of anger because of the past experience that she was almost raped by her own father. So in the process of helping her, that lady, she said, try to imagine that I am your father. You are the victim and I am your father, the
Perpetrator.
perpetrator. So say what you want to say to me. Do what you want to do. So that lady was shouting, you are like this and I hate you, everything, until it was all released, and she cried, and it helped her. Started a new beginning.
New beginning, okay.
Of forgiveness. And then she said lately, I'm happy that at least nakaganti siya.
So, paano yun, Lera, yung kinikwento ni Ma'am Shi here, hetong releasing of all the pent-up emotions, is it really part of the healing process? Paano yung mga taong ayaw nga magsalita at ayaw ikwento kung ano yung nararamdaman nila?
That's why it takes time. They don't want to say it, or they don't want to express it because they just want to keep it on their own. That's the role of the clinician, that you have to process. You have to let the person release those emotions, those negative emotions that were buried or repressed. And once it's being expressed, then learn how to process it.
Kasi marami tayong mga nakikitang ganyan na hindi lang natin, akala lang natin everything is okay with them. Kaya minsan meron tayong mga patients who come to the clinics who has a lot of complaints. You know, we had this guest lecturer, pediatric allergologist, and she was saying that chances are, pagka marami masyadong allergies yung bata, you start digging because there must be an emotional problem there. Yeah, and it will recur and recur. So that's why attitude, you know, is the key to you know, well-being. Unless you have the right attitude, you may always be sick. You may also have troubles with your studies. You may also have troubles with your workmates or in the homes, di ba? So how do we, you know, how do you inform patients or people who come to you about the ill effects of repressing all their emotions, of not doing the right way in order for them to have that good attitude?
Well, if they're just going to repress those emotions, they will really, time will come that they will have to experience all the symptoms of depression. So they have to be aware of that. So you just have to point it out to them. Ask them for certain situations, their family dynamics, their relationships, their work, how they see things in life. And by there, you will pinpoint what are some of the repressed emotions that they just being hidden inside.
Well, ikaw, Ma'am Shi, what kind of attitude do you have personally?
I have a positive attitude. Yeah. But it's just very normal to experience negativism inside right after a certain situation. But maybe I have learned to really pray and try to adjust the different personalities of a person. And really, it takes me time to really pray to forgive someone who hurts me.
Ikaw naman, Lera, anong klaseng attitude meron ikaw?
Well, I have to be positive with a lot of things in life. But there are really moments that you will feel depressed and hurt, which is normal, okay? It's just that how you construct all this to make it positive, and you will learn from your mistakes, and so that there's still that capacity for you to be fulfilled in life.
So what keeps you motivated looking at things in a positive way, especially with 2015 coming in?
Looking at my patients, you know, some of them are having anxieties, depression. It gives me the motivation to do my role as a psychologist, to correct their thoughts so that their behavior will be positive.
So how do you de-stress yourself? Kasi syempre, hindi ka naman po pwede na i-absorb mo lahat ng negativities nila. So there has to be a way by which you need to balance things.
I go to the gym. I spend time with my family and friends. So, and of course, I have to pray. At the end of the day, I ask God for strength, for His wisdom, and for forgiveness.
Okay, ikaw, Ma'am Shi, what motivates you to become positive all these years?
I always tell myself that in life, some rain must fall. But after the rain, there is always that sun shining. So, if there are negative situations that will come, I'm telling myself, this is not forever. This is just passing. No. And I am not asking God to remove all these things, negative situations, but I ask God strength.
For you to conquer the negative situation. Napakaganda po ng ating magiging beginning for 2015 kapag ang ating attitude factor ay actually napaka-positive, ano? Because it will be our key not just to health and well-being, but it is our key that will unlock a lot of opportunities to, to herald 2015 and make us maybe better persons, better in our work, in our relationships, in everything we do in this life, no? Napakabilis po ng oras ko dito sa Dynamic Living the Total You. Tapos na po ang aking isang oras. I'd like to thank my guests, for sharing their thoughts on the attitude factor. What would you like to tell our viewers, Miss Lera?
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm telling everyone that be contented with the past. You have to be happy with the present, and let's hope for the future. Let's have positive emotions and positive traits for 2015 and all the years that will come.
Oh, kasi dapat Happy New Year.
Yes.
New Year with a big bang. Okay, si Ma'am Shi naman?
What I can say is 2015, I know you will be meeting another batch of challenges. But remember, do you want to be happy? Remember that happiness is a choice.
Sabi nga nila in Proverbs 16:24, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. In other words, we need to have that merriness, that happiness, and the cheerful disposition para daw lahat ng bagay na papasok sa atin for 2015 will be beautiful and wonderful. Whatever challenges, whatever obstacles there may be, with a very merry heart and trust in God, a forgiving spirit that we have in ourselves, I think this will be a year that we should be looking forward to. Happy New Year, everyone.